We finally got to Izmir last night. We flew from Kesari to Izmir on Pegasus, and from the airport we took bus number 202, which is part of their airport transfers. It's very cost effective. We just paid 20 Turkish lira, so I'd highly recommend this option. But for those of you who want to take a taxi to your hotels, just try and get an estimate through taxicalculator.com. Essentially in the waterfront area, which is like the Marine Drive or the Worli Sea Face. That's a bit of the water there, and we'll probably explore the city a bit later once the rain settles down. I think Izmir is a great option if you want to do Ephesus and Pamukkale, which are about 3 or 4 hour drives from this place. And yeah, let's step out and explore the city a bit. So the rains have stopped, and we're just taking a walk on the streets of Izmir. That to my left is the Swissotel Hotel, where the airport shuttle dropped us last night. एक बहुत important learning है that wherever you go, you please carry your HES code because it's mandatory. हम यहाँ McDonald's हैं और यहाँ पे भी वही पूछे. So we've now come to Asansol, which means elevator, and this was gifted by a Jewish businessman as a public service, and it's operational even today. This is the view from the top, and there is also a cafe or a coffee shop here. Now we are at Marine Drive, and if you walk in this direction ahead, you come to the Konak Square. And a little further ahead is the waterfront area where we stay. So this is just the landscape of the city. It's a nice walk to take in the evening. Good morning everyone, it's 6:40 a.m. and we are at the Basmane railway station, which is the central railway station to get to Ephesus. So there's a train that leaves at 7:10 a.m. Right now it's 6:40 a.m. It's called the Basmane Denizli Express. There are only 3 trains that run in the day as per the chart that we'd seen. So you get in here early so that you can get to Ephesus in time and have like a full day to explore the place. It cost us only 22 lira for the train tickets and another 10 lira to get to this place in a cab. So far it seems to be going all on plan. So as you can see the train behind me, we just got off that train. We've reached Selçuk very comfortable. We left at 7:10 and we're here at 8:30. It's a Sunday morning, everything is really quiet and peaceful, and I can already get a glimpse of a bit of the ruins and a bit of that Roman Catholic architecture. Everyone, we finally got to Ephesus from the Selçuk station. We took a cab that costed us 25 lira. The guy was very honest. He went through the meter. He didn't overcharge us. And now we are in what is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's got a lot of history to it. So what I'd recommend is that when you come here, you take the audio tour guide, which costs you about 70 lira. The tickets to this place is about 100 lira, so that should be about 170 lira, and that's a good way of sort of understanding the history of this place and also looking at the beautiful sights that are there around us. Ideally one can spend a good 3-4 hours here, obviously depending on the level of interest that you have in exploring each of these places, but I think anything lesser than that is a waste of coming all the way to this truly once in a lifetime kind of an opportunity. The best part of coming in March is that you avoid all the peak season crowd and you literally have the whole place to explore by yourself. Hey everyone, so after a 3 hour walk, we finally gotten to the Grand Theatre, and this may seem like a very familiar sight for those of you who've seen Dil Dhadakne Do. तो यहाँ पे ही फरहान अख्तर और प्रियंका चोपड़ा बैठ के बात कर रहे थे, and we are also here. Just the size of this place is huge. I mean, you can just see this is all the seating capacity here. Like, it's as good as any of the modern day stadiums. And there's a bit of restoration work happening around, but other than that, it seems to be quite intact, considering this is as old as, I think, 5,000 years or even beyond that. So all in all, coming to Ephesus has been very fruitful. We've managed to see so many of the architecture, so many of these sculptures which we probably have read about in history, we may have studied about it, but it's so good to see that in person. So Ephesus is a thumbs up from me, and for those of you coming down to Turkey, should really plan it well. And trust me, you can do it all on your own. You don't need to go through a tour guide or maybe one of those package tours. It's fairly convenient to get here from Selçuk, which is the nearest station, and after that it's a good 3-4 hour walk which you can do it on your own. So I'm signing off from here, and I will see you guys in the next leg of Izmir. Good morning everyone. We are here at the Basmane roundabout waiting for our feeder bus to take us to the main bus station of Izmir. We are going to Denizli today with Pamukkale Travels. So that's the office of Pamukkale Travels behind me, and we're just outside the walk-in hotel, which is the pickup point for the feeder buses. It's a bit delayed, honestly. We got it at 8:26. It's almost 9, and the buses hasn't come, so we're just waiting for that. But Pamukkale Travels is a renowned travel agent here, and you can do a return trip in 88 lira. Hey everyone, so finally after almost 4 hour drive, we've got to the Denizli Autogari, which is the main bus station to get to Pamukkale. Now there are these feeder buses which cost you I think 5 or 10 lira, and which can help you get to Pamukkale. So we're just going to go down and figure that out. I think it's bus number 76, but other than that, a really big, huge bus station. So we just need to go down that escalator to the mini buses that take us to Pamukkale. So from that Denizli Autogari, हम लोग ने एक ये लिया, what do you say, like a share a cab or share a van, and it costs us like 11 lira for 2 people. But mind you, it's quite a packed thing. तो कोविड टाइम में थोड़ा डर लगता है, काफ़ी लोग थे उसमें. और अभी हम उसने literally 5 minutes from that place he's dropped us, so we're just walking to it. In fact, in the back see it, वो जो white चीज़ें दिख रही है, that's Pamukkale. So once we cross the road, we'll be entering into the north entrance of Pamukkale in Hierapolis. This is it. Nice cobblestone path to get you to that ticketing booth that you see in the background. And this almost looks like snow, but it's not snow. And there are these nice lagoons in between it. So just adds to the beauty of the place. By the way, it's quite a walk up. It's almost like a trek. And you're expected to remove your footwear, so please, yeah, you can see people there, that's the top, so please carry an extra bag to keep your footwear. But other than that, the weather is great, so it should be quite a good walk up. So this is not your everyday regular infinity pool. This is the coolest pool in the world. It's the Pamukkale Springs, and the weather is absolutely gorgeous. It's windy, it's mild cold, and what a view it is from this place. For a quick coffee break, now we are back to our stroll to explore the other side of this UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Hierapolis. Not too many options in the cafeteria, especially for vegetarians, only people who only consume chicken. Most of the sandwich options were in beef, but there were a few other knickknacks like maybe your Pringles and the Indomies, and I think some sort of a croissant or chocolate croissant that you can pick up, but other than that there's not much. Now to explore Hierapolis, which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it's covered in your ticket, and we're heading to the Antique Pool, which is where Cleopatra, the famous Cleopatra, would come for her swimming sessions. So let's see what that is all about. Great weather again, it's sunny, it's windy, and it's mild cold, so you've got a mix of everything today going for you. A lot of dogs and cats, so for that, when you come here, just be careful about that. So this is Cleopatra's pool. The tile of the pool gives this unique color, and you can also take a dip in it. It costs 100 lira per person. So for those of you who want to just feel like Cleopatra, well, why not? And we're further walking up to get to the Grand Theatre and some more of the ruins on either side of this walkway. What you see behind me in the background is the Grand Theatre. It is again a massive theatrical seating which we'll explore in a bit, but this also brings us to the end of this leg of our trip, and next I'll see you guys in Istanbul.